Hello everyone, this is Brittany here with your art fill of the week. This week I'm doing an art challenge where I recreate a famous art piece out of crayons or with crayons, and there's a lot to choose from, but I wanted to be nice to myself this week and not force myself to draw a person, so I chose Sunflowers by Van Gogh, or Van Gogh is actually how it's pronounced. And my first step was going through my crayons and picking out the colors I would actually use. So I went through and got all the browns and greens and yellows and anything that sort of matched my reference photo for sunflowers. And after sorting my crayons, I did a very light sketch to figure out the placement of each of the flowers and the vase and everything. I didn't do the usual gridding technique where you measure out and put basically blocks so that you can draw out precisely a replica of the image. I just eyeballed it basically and got the basic shapes and stuff down to then fill in with my crayons. I'm also coloring on marker paper, so it's a smoother paper that doesn't have like the toothy, gritty kind of feel, because I knew I was using crayons and I didn't want to have to press really hard to get into those indentations, so marker paper was the best choice for using crayons. So I started by laying in colors where I saw them based on my reference, putting the greens on all the stems and leaves, and also analyzing what parts of the flowers I actually needed to leave spaces to put in a different color for, like the yellow versus the brown, and then I would have to layer over either a darker yellow or darker brown or darker green. I did find as I worked that it was almost similar to how you have to do watercolor, where watercolor you really only have about 3 layers of paint and water before it just starts getting muddy and you don't have it taking the color as well. And for crayon, you have about 3 layers before the wax builds up. You just can't lay any more on top of it, that it actually doesn't even like work to lay down the color anymore. So that is what I found while working with crayons on this. I did notice that the colors in this painting are very muted, and the crayons tended to be more brighter colors, so I tried to mute them the best I could by having like browns over them, and same with the greens weren't as bright of greens in the painting, so I tried my best to match the tone of color with these crayons, but it's rather difficult when you run into that 3-layer problem and also having bright colored crayons. Also, my big pack of crayons was also almost a detriment to doing this because I had so many colors to choose from. I think I tried colors that really didn't work, and so I had to go back and like not try them and try different yellows, or stay with the one I knew worked. So that was definitely something I realized working on this too. But tip, if you do want a large pack of crayons like this, I waited until the school supplies were all on clearance and got this big pack of crayons a lot cheaper than you would if you buy them when everyone's going out and buying school supplies. So that's a tip for a lot of different supplies if you want the more school related art supplies. And out of all the paintings I could have chosen, the reason, or at least one of the reasons why I chose this particular painting is because it's almost nostalgia for me, because I remember this one hallway in my elementary school that had this art print up on the wall, and I would pass by it almost every single day to go to my classroom. I'm pretty sure it was my 2nd grade classroom, and I always saw it almost every single day. So that was one of the reasons this particular painting stuck out to me to choose. I really do like how it ended up. I was a little skeptical how it was going to work with these crayons, doing especially a painting with crayons, which I'm pretty sure it's an oil painting. So it was a fun art challenge to do, not just for the art side, but also the nostalgia side, and just using crayons for more than just coloring a coloring book and seeing what else I could do with them. So I hope you enjoyed this art challenge video. Please give it a like if you do, and if maybe you have a masterpiece that you would like me to try and recreate in crayons, leave it in the comment and maybe I'll do another video like this. But thank you so much for watching, and subscribe for more art videos. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.